Majorca has a lot of beaches, 262 to be exact, but while most of them are beautiful, they're not all worth visiting. If you're planning a holiday to Majorca and want to visit the best beaches while you're there, you're going to want to avoid these ones. As always, a small disclaimer, we make our worst beaches list through a combination of personal experience and research, so if a lot of people had a bad experience at a particular beach, it's probably made our list. But that doesn't mean everyone will agree with everything we say, so let us know in the comments below if you want to share your own experience with any of the beaches we mention here. So with that out of the way, let's get into our list of the 6 least impressive beaches in Majorca. Number 1, Playa de Palma. Starting off with Playa de Palma, just west of Palma Centre. Given its location, it sounds like a convenient option, but it leaves people disappointed. It's a small, typically crowded beach with tourists and locals, and with its proximity to the city, the water isn't always the clearest. Reviews mention issues with litter, especially after busy weekends, and the real lack of beach facilities can make it less enjoyable than other options nearby. For a quick dip, if you're already in the city, it might do, but for a proper beach day, you're going to want to look elsewhere. Number 2, Plata Escargot. Next up is Plata Escargot on Majorca's southern tip near Ses Salines. It's a beautiful beach that's as remote as it gets, but that's part of the problem for some visitors. Reaching it requires a long walk, about 30 to 40 minutes, under the sun with little to no shade along the way. Once there, you'll find soft sand and clear blue water, ideal for a quiet swim or a lazy beach day. But its isolation also means there are no facilities, so you need to bring everything you'll need for the day. While it's a nice secluded spot, many reviews mention that it's simply not worth the trek, which can feel a bit much, especially in the heat. Number 3, Calavarquas. Taken in the 3rd spot on our list is Calavarquas on Majorca's east coast. Now, just a disclaimer that this beach is also on our best beaches list, so make of that what you will. It's a small, stunning cove with turquoise water and a vibe that feels worlds away, if only it stayed that way. The beach has a reputation for getting packed, especially during peak season, and the journey to reach it doesn't make things easier. This is another one that's only accessible by walking, and you'll have to park about 30 minutes away and take a hike through the rough, uneven paths. Despite the scenic appeal, many visitors complain about the crowding, with little room to spread out and not much shade to escape the sun. While it's a beautiful spot on the quieter days, the trek and the crowds can make it a letdown for anyone hoping for a more peaceful experience. Number 4, Cala Petita. Cala Petita, a small rocky beach on Majorca's east coast, might look inviting at first, but it has its fair share of complaints. We saw reviews from people mentioning that seaweed tends to collect along the shoreline, and while that's nobody's fault, it can make the sand and water less pleasant for a swim. On top of that, jellyfish are common here, especially in the warmer months, which can be a big drawback, especially if you have kids. And speaking of children, the beach's rougher, rockier areas aren't exactly kid-friendly, with some sharp drop-offs, making it less than ideal for young families. While Cala Petita may appeal to some people, these issues often leave beachgoers feeling disappointed. Number 5, El Arenal. Next we have El Arenal, this one located on the southern coast close to Palma. This beach is a major spot for younger partygoers, which can be great if that's the kind of vibe you're after, but if you're here to relax or with family, it's usually too rowdy. Reviews often mention it being crowded and noisy, with bars and party boats nearby adding to the chaos. The beach isn't the cleanest, and while there are plenty of bars and restaurants, it's not somewhere people return if they want a peaceful beach day. Number 6, Caladea. Finally, there's Caladea on Majorca's northwest coast, which has a reputation that doesn't always live up to reality. Many reviewers have commented on how murky the water can get, especially during busier times, which isn't ideal if you're hoping for a clear swim. This is another beach that can get extremely packed in peak season, with limited space for people looking to relax. and getting there is a challenge. The steep drive down is narrow and winding, so not ideal if you're a nervous driver. So that rounds up our list of the 6 beaches in Majorca that people tend to find a bit disappointing. If you're in search of something more secluded or picturesque, there are plenty of other choices around the island that might suit you better. I recommend checking out our video covering the best beaches in Majorca, which I'll pop on the screen now. I hope you found this video helpful, and don't forget to subscribe if you're looking for more informative travel content. We've got plenty more coming. And if you're looking for pre-made travel itineraries for Majorca and other popular European holiday spots, check out our website at www.globaltravelitineraries.com.